First hardcore show I ever saw was the Agnostic Front reunion show at the Wetlands in '96. Yeah, it was pretty fucking insane. I grew up listening to more like West Coast punk rock, listening to like NoFX and Rancid. And my first show in the city, sneaking away from Long Island, was actually Rancid, H2O, and Bouncing Souls at the Roseland. And then I discovered angrier hardcore, which was much better than the angry punk I was listening to. Club I miss most is gotta be CB's. It's just been always great to everybody, great home, great venue. That was the spot for me as a kid, you know, coming into the city. That's where we went to the shows, you know, there, and the Wetlands as well. Coney Island High, who's honorable mention, but yeah, CB's the most. I'm gonna have to go with my homie Rapones, man. I'm gonna have to go with my homie Rapones. He's been killing it out there for years. I really wish I got to see the Bad Brains in their any heyday, especially obviously the CBGB show, but I just wish I got to see the Bad Brains in their heyday. That's one thing that I would have loved to have seen. Unfortunately, I got to see the broke down version, you know, in the past few years, so. Mackey's number one. Armand's number two, not just because I work for him, just because he's kick-ass. And number three, probably just gonna have to go with old school like Chuck Biscuits. Long Island. We all take the same bridge to the city. Well, one of the crazier ones would have had to have been probably VOD at the PWAC, Long Island venue that it was just a warehouse, and the shows there used to just, in the 90s, got pretty violent, pretty brutal, and they were pretty fucking fun at the same time, you know? It was a controlled violence back then, none of that, you know, crowd killing shit. There was crowd killing going on, but it was known, you know? Yeah, that's actually our upcoming trip in Southeast Asia and Japan. The kids there just have fire in their eyes for hardcore. They don't get much of it over there, so when it comes, they're so fucking stoked that they go ballistic. I watch Sick of It All come off the stage as if they, you know, came off the stage 25 years ago with that excitement, you know. You see the kids come out in the band, you know, even with those shows. There's just so much energy going on in the room. The job itself keeps it fresh and exciting, and this is just kind of why I do it. It's not the same thing every day. Every day is something completely different. You wake up and have the same agenda of setting up for the show and making everything happen, but shit gets thrown at you, especially when you're in these different countries, and you just got to make it happen, and that's what keeps it exciting to me, and that's kind of what I live for. It's not the same 9 to 5, banging my head against the wall, you know. I get to see the world and live off other people's energy. Live life, do what you want, and don't party too hard. Have some fun partying, but don't go too crazy. There's a lot out there. Just don't let anybody tell you can't do anything, because I was told that rock and roll would never do anything for me, and here I am 15 years later working in the business, and it's pretty fucking rad.